That comic podcast.
All right.
All right.
Comic review time.
Comics.
All right, let's do this one real fast because we said we would start this way because I got a lot of last week's books in there. But Ultimate Spider-Man, let's spoil that now. It's been 2 weeks.
Man,
What a twist.
What a twist.
So yes, Huey was right the whole time, and then we were all wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this book is doing an amazing job of making sure nobody has any chance of guessing what's happening. So the nice thing is my hope is still true, where we have Peter having this moment of great power comes great responsibility with an evil Harry down the road, because now you've got Harry will be manipulated by his dad within the suit, as well as now Gwen, who is part of this Mysterio clan.
Yeah, one of the Mysterios.
Yeah.
Right. So he's going to be led down a dark path. There's no question there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I like the fact that the Mysterios are actually mystical people and not just smoke and mirrors.
Way better than just just practical effects. It's way better. Yeah, the fishbowl is cooler in the Ultimates universe than what we've had before.
Do we like, though, that basically every villain knows his identity?
Well, there's only a couple of villains, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Harry knows he'll eventually be a villain, and then we can assume that Gwen knows because of Harry. Craven knows. I mean, the whole probably Illuminati knows.
Well, to be fair, they probably would have known anyway because the maker had this all set up prior to. He's only become Spider-Man because of the Ultimates.
True.
And that wasn't supposed to happen. So, that was a glitch in the plan.
All I know is that Ultimate Spider-Man at this point has done such a good job of laying out questions and intriguing scenarios that I will be into this book for a very long time.
Yeah.
Still the best book out there, 12 plus months going.
Wolverine's catching up, though.
Yes.
Wolverine's catching up.
Oh, my goodness.
That last Wolverine book. Ooh, buddy. That was so good.
What's it
Ultimates-
on, 5 now? 4?
It's 5.
Five.
Yeah.
Did you read this week's?
I fell off after the first one.
Oh, come on. It's so good.
Yeah,
Dude,
no, this was
I don't mind the
Sabretooth.
I don't mind the
Yeah.
Spider-Man story that's a little off the wall, but I like my Wolverine. Like
yeah,
I
but
like
this
my
Wolverine
coffee.
is like so.
Yeah.
So spoiler alert.
Yeah.
We got our Ultimate Sabretooth, and Ultimate Sabretooth is so great, and we actually got a little bit of story of Wolverine's past.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually got a little bit of flashbacks of seeing the two of them together on missions and saying that if I ever turn evil, you have to kill me.
Yeah.
And seeing a good guy Sabretooth who's trying to protect mutant children
Leech and
was
Artie.
so good that I want a Sabretooth book.
Same.
I want more
and-
from Sabretooth.
It was Leech, right? And Leech,
Yeah,
that's
Leech and
a
Artie.
that's a big deal for both of them being in the book.
We didn't even talk about the fact. Well, not we definitely talked about it, but the book didn't even talk about the fact that we found out where Jean and Professor X are.
That was last week.
Last issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, the fact that they just moved on from that and went, oh, by the way, here's Vic. Like,
Right.
like they did a great job of, because I thought I knew where that was going. And especially after the Wolf book, which was a little, I don't know, I didn't think that was great. It wasn't bad, but it felt like a filler. This felt like it was really pushing the plot forward. And very, very stoked on where that's going because the Ultimate Universe,
Yeah.
still all cylinders.
Spoiler alert for the end of it when they finally captured him, and he was like that tranquilizer is amazing. He hasn't snapped out of it yet. And I was like, oh, I get it, because he was like right. I think he was next to Leech when it happened.
Oh, Leech was standing there, yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Leech being in this book is a big deal. That's how they're going to get Wolverine
Logan
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's going to be taking on the weapons program, the Winter
Colossus
Soldier
in
program.
him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, another book where he's taking on Colossus and his kin.
Yeah.
And if we've learned anything, we know that adamantium cuts through Colossus. So we did learn that. Maybe that was the whole point of the revenge book in the first place. All right, well, Godzilla Spider-Man sucked. We don't need to talk about that.
Really? It did?
It sucked. They all sucked. They all suck. I want them to be better. They're not. Features.
I thought it was a fun read. I'm not going to say
it wasn't a fun read. It was a fun look.
Okay.
It had pretty panels, and you were like, no, guess. As soon as they showed him in the black suit, you were like, I know where this is going. And it was like, I hope there's a cool way of getting there, and it really wasn't.
I mean, Godzilla, Venomzilla. I don't even know how to.
Simbazilla.
Symbazilla.
Simbazilla, but Simbazilla is still a Hulk. Simbazilla also just had the power cosmic. It's all I'm saying is that these books are just Godzilla going through the Marvel universe, getting new powers. That's it. Unless they tie it all into the Avengers book, where we have a Godzilla who's got all of these abilities, all of these books are pointless.
Because they're just one-offs. I mean, it's not.
Well, because they're not there to tell a story. They're just to make you go, oh, look. Like, that's really it. Where Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, I thought did a pretty cool job of tying in and creating an actual narrative through the 4 or 5 issues.
Which
right?
I think they just announced a sequel to that.
It's coming out soon, actually.
Oh, wow.
It's
Yeah.
going to be them going into Godzilla's world, which is exciting. But they actually worked on a story instead of just going, oh, we got the race to do Godzilla? All right, somebody get something out next week.
So I hate to say it, but DC does it better.
This one, yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
said this before. Sometimes DC comics are 100% better than Marvel comics. No
Yeah.
question. Marvel is just doing so well right now with the Ultimates, but it's not like DC didn't clap back with Absolute.
No, with the last two
Man.
that came out.
I'm telling you, man. Absolute
Dude.
Green Lantern and what's it called? Absolute Superman. And I also
Yeah.
just caught up on Absolute Martian Manhunter, which issue 2 was great.
Yeah.
So
I'm still out.
Oh, did you
Oh
read the
no!
first one?
Oh yeah, I read the first one.
second
No,
one's-
you
second
got to
one's
check
way
out the
better.
second one. It
Second
does
one's way
get better.
Because they introduced the White Martians and how the White Martians mess with people and how it all takes place within the minds of the people that are being affected by them. It's cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If Comic Universe still has an issue 2, I'll grab one.
They might not. I'm going to call Mike and ask him not to make you don't deserve it.
I am going to add though. At this point, I do
Fine.
think the Absolute Universe is killing the Ultimate Universe, and that's not normal for me to say.
Anymore, I would have said before, yes, but Spider-Man pulled that back around, and Wolverine is doing a lot of heavy lifting
Right,
now.
but those
and
are
that Cap book for Ultimates was really good, and Black Panther was pretty good this week as well.
Okay,
Or last week, I mean. So, other than X-Men, they're all firing on all cylinders, and the Absolutes are doing it as well, but the Absolutes are still within 5 to 7 issues, where Ultimates are now Ultimate Spider-Man is issue 16.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
the teens now for most
Right.
of the.
Yeah.
It's all a completely different ball game when you're in double digits in your and people are still excited and still picking up books like Mashka says, best book out.
True.
16 issues in, that's a lot. 16 issues into Transformers, we were all like, all right.
And Ultimates,
on.
I'm getting antsy waiting for the maker to come back. Like I
Yes.
want to
True,
see
yeah,
what happens.
Definitely.
Well, and that's a difference between the Absolute Universe and the Ultimate Universe. Is that the Ultimate Universe has this ticking clock that we all are excited to get to. The Absolute Universe has the first crossover event. Like they both have their crossovers. You've got Miles crossing over with the Ultimate Universe coming soon, and then you've got the Absolute crossover that they teased on Free Comic Book Day.
Right.
With with Mirror Master, the 2 versions of Mirror Master,
And they teased it
speeded
at the end of one of the last issues of Superman. With Doomsday. Was it Superman has Doomsday in it right now?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the actual Superman book? I'm not reading Superman.
At the end of one of the issues, they who did Booster Gold run into at the end of the All-In book?
Oh man, I
The
even read that
Legion, the absolute version of the Legion of superheroes.
Yes.
They show up at the end to talk to Doomsday as timekeeper or whatever he is now.
Okay.
So that's a crossover.
That's the
So-
one where that book split in the middle. Like
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
all Booster Gold in the beginning.
Yes,
and then
yeah.
you saw
So
from
the-
Doomsday's perspective.
So the absolute Legion of superheroes under the control of Darkseid are coming into the DCU or the DC comic universe.
So that's exciting. I mean, it's exciting, but they're both surviving on how well and how creative they get with the IP that we've known,
Right.
which is also ironic because fans get so upset when things take deviations unless it's explicitly said up front. These are going to be deviations, and now we're excited to see all the different ways that they would take it. With that being said, having 10 more issues and still being that exciting speaks volumes to no pun intended about the staying power of the Ultimates over the Absolutes, because like people have already been waxing and waning when Batman's only on what 8,
Yeah,
something like that.
Yeah.
8.
And don't get me wrong, they're doing a great job with Absolute Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Stoked on
Actually,
where
a
that's
new
gonna
issue
go.
comes out today, I think.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we also have the Superman trailer today too.
Yes.
Superman trailer drops for everybody today.
Oh, and Menti, I want to put this out there. I think you're right about Mary Jane dying. I just think you might be the wrong universe.
I'm sorry, what?
Ooh, you think they're gonna kill her in the main universe?
So, I stupidly read the next issue of Venom,
Why?
and apparently something happened on a molecular level, and Venom is bonded to Mary Jane, whereas when they separate, they still have to be touching each other, or one or both will die.
What?
I don't like Venom anymore.
You know what?
Yeah, so
They've made Venom bad.
I think this may end with one or both of them dying.
Yeah, for a little
My
bit.
money's still on the kids.
There's no kids in this universe, pal.
Oh, I thought we were still on Ultimates.
No, we're talking about how Venom is now
In
Mary
the main
Jane.
in the main universe, how
In the
Mary Jane's
main
bonded
universe-
with Venom.
It shouldn't be Mary Jane. It shouldn't be Venom. It should be
I agree.
Paul. Let's just leave. It should be Paul.
And then we can kill Paul.
yeah,
Paul's
let's get him out of
Paul's
there.
gonna die. Dead Vereen and Wolverpool are coming for him. And I thought how stupid of a book that was, but now I'm so excited just to see Paul get shot in the face. I'm so into it. All right, let's go through the rest of this week's book. So, Absolute Superman. Whew, that's the winner.
Yes.
Dude, Absolute Brainiac.
Brainiac.
Oh,
Oh my
my
God.
Yeah.
He is
It was
so cool.
This was a creepy book.
Creepy as hell, and that's
Dude.
what he needs to be. They got
Yes.
it. They nailed making him interesting and different. Like I love how psychotic he is.
Yeah.
Because he's usually like meticulous with
Yes.
his planning and stuff. This guy's chaotic.
Well, yeah, and it's like you said, meticulous, but I think adding that element of chaotic and more, making him more sinister. Whereas Brainiac before we knew was like more robotic, which he is to a certain extent. And I like him being like, I'm going to take you now. Like just melting people's bodies inside of armor. That was crazy.
Well, the
Yeah.
fact that he's the Butterbot from from Rick and Morty. You know what I mean? Like, what is my purpose? You get the butter. That's like, what's my purpose? Clean up this mess.
Yeah.
That's it. And then he just goes crazy because there's no mess to clean up anymore. And then main Brainiac kills himself.
Yeah.
When he finds the body of main Brainiac, and he's like, so I guess I'm Brainiac now. Yeah,
So-
great book.
Yeah.
So the showing at the end was Peacemaker, that he's kidnapped Peacemaker. Do we think he's turning Peacemaker into this universe's Metallo?
Ooh. Baby.
Because
Huey.
he's got the kryptonite now, and you see that he's like basically grafted all this metal and stuff onto him. It might be their version of Metallo.
It's an interesting idea. That's a really cool idea. I like it. Let's put a pin on that. That might be a mic drop moment right there. Let's remember this, and we'll come back to it. But yeah, Absolute Superman was the winner this week. Ultimate Wolverine was the follow-up. Absolute Green Lantern was
That was
right
really
behind
good.
that.
Yeah.
Also
yeah.
really good. Really excited for Abin Sur. Whew.
The-
Abin Sur is scary as hell too.
He has smoke for everybody. I don't even know why for.
But he felt like almost like the Predator. Where,
Yeah.
like we don't know what the judgment was. But the way he was just judging people and they were dying, it was like, oh my God, this is a really dark version of the Green Lanterns. Like this is like we're all worried about Hal and his black hand, but that's nothing compared to Abin Sur showing up with his ship.
Yeah, it kind of almost made me feel like Abin Sur was like the guardian, like the Guardians of Oa, but he was the one dishing out like you're going to be a Green Lantern, you're going to be a Green Lantern, you not so much.
Hey,
And-
guy,
yeah.
stupid ass guy. Guy wasn't much of a warrior, was he?
Hey, come on, leave Guy alone.
You
Stewart
weren't
was
judged.
cool.
Yeah, I like Jon Stewart's character.
Stewart
And-
was cool. He was cool. All right, that's also a win book. Let's talk about Captain Planet because man,
I
that was
didn't
I
know
didn't
that
read
came
that.
out.
Was that good?
honestly I wasn't going to talk about it until I saw that Moshko also read it.
I wasn't gonna read it until I saw someone else did.
Yeah, I read it. I knew I was going to read it once I saw that they were doing it because I'm very excited about them bringing back older characters because Dick Tracy was so good. G.I. Joe has been so good. Biker Mice from Mars was really good. The Transformers are really good. So bringing back these old properties, I was like, hey, Speed Racer's coming back. The Phantom's coming back. I want to check them out. See how they play around. Like VR Troopers, for example, is very much not VR Troopers, but I'm excited to see kind of how they play around with the IP in this new world. So I thought this was going to be more of an adult version of Captain Planet, and it is not.
Nope.
Oh, no?
It's not that great.
No, it was like cartoon for me.
It very much. It was
Like,
like cartoon
oh,
with comic art.
The art is nice,
Great,
but it reminded me of the cartoon.
Story's
way
not
too
interesting at all.
So it's kind of like the Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures that they're doing now.
I don't know. You're the only one who reads that. Yes.
I've only read a few of those issues.
So no one got turned into a tree is what you're saying.
No.
I mean,
he
sooner
threw a
or
tree
later.
at somebody. No, was it a tree or was it a weird like fireball root?
I don't know. There was a giant wave, and then water came, and
Yeah, Gaia gets
grew a tree, and
attacked,
they got
and
out of the flood.
he gets shot somehow.
So
And
does
then-
this like pick up in the middle of like the cartoon series?
Gaia is
or-
trying to explain. No, it's a reboot.
says-
Gaia is
yeah.
trying to
Okay.
escape, and she has all the rings already, and they're really after the rings. Whoever I forget who the main villain is, but they show him at the end. But then she releases Captain Planet. Captain Planet does his best to defend her, but then ends up getting shot of all things. So as he's getting shot, she then sends the rings out like she's one of the guardians of Oa, and they go and find all of the normal people. And I will say, Heart does some stuff. Heart's gonna come around and be the one. Like his heart comes across like the red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how
Yeah.
Beast Boy like controls the red. But for anybody who doesn't know what that means, the green is when you control plant life in the DC universe. Red is when you control animal life. And the way that he had a snake and a lion and a tiger all coming after this guy in this like endangered animal preserve. And the way that he was like manipulating them to like scare the crap out of this dude. I was like, wow, Heart's going to turn out to be the one to watch out for. Because
Snakes
you
and stuff.
snakes and stuff.
That's a very different take from the cartoon than I would
Heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. I'm not going to get issue
right.
2. It's not great. Issue 2 I am going to get, though, is Star Wars #1 was great. Enjoyed Star Wars #1. I'm interested to see, Mashka, you didn't enjoy it? Or
It was just a quick, easy read. Like it didn't. Nothing stood out. I'm a sucker
I like
for
the
#1,
setup.
so
I thought the setup was pretty nice, and it isn't an actual #1 like it's introduced. It is introducing obviously a new story, but
Yeah.
it's very much a continuation of the last Jason Aaron's run. Well, I guess it wasn't Jason Aaron's the whole time, but the guy who's with Han Solo is a part of the Bounty Hunter War book. He kind of looks like the Terminator, and he's got blasters for hands. But he's partnered with Harrison Ford's Han Solo, which is awesome. Getting more. Honestly, every time Luke shows up or Leia shows up or Han shows up, it's amazing how much more forgiving I am for pacing. For real, every time Mon Mothra and Leia were going back and forth, normally I would. If this was Andor, I'd be complaining. but I'm like, go ahead, you tell her, Leia. So it's fun. It's after Return of the Jedi. It's Green Saber Luke. It's them losing the New Republic, losing trust with the surrounding old Empire colonies. I don't know what you'd call them. All the people underneath the Empire no longer believe that the New Republic is going to be able to defend them, so they kind of create their own, I don't know, group.
colony, space colony.
militia.
Militia, yeah. And they're essentially saying, like, if the New Republic shows up, we're shooting you.
Oh wow.
All right.
So, yeah, it's Star Wars, and it's new Star Wars, and it's Luke Star Wars, so I'm in. So it's a win for me. Not the greatest, but not the worst.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man 3 was a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying Norman Osborn as a hero. I really like the dynamic between them, and I thought Itsy Bitsy, while originally was annoying, and I know she goes back to Deadpool Spider-Man books, but she's a character who has a little bit of Spider-Man DNA and a little bit of Deadpool DNA, so she's a very bizarre character. But she has an attraction to Peter. So while she's supposed to be killing him, she has a hard time doing it because she's attracted to him.
I couldn't remember
Silk.
if I read issue number 2, so I didn't read issue number 3.
Yeah.
So I should have just read issue number 2 to read 3. Cause,
Yes, you should have done that. 3's worth it. 3's good, and I like Itsy Bitsy, and I really like Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn as a good guy has been a lot of fun, and especially coming off the heels of the cartoon, it's amazing how quickly Norman being a good guy is something something I'm just accepting.
Oh, so it's believable.
Very much so.
Huh. Okay.
Very much so. Hobgoblin is the big reveal at the end, and that's who's the big main villain's going to be for a little bit. So it's Hobgoblin and Itsy Bitsy. Itsy Bitsy's very funny because again, partly Deadpool.
Kingsley for Hobgoblin, or
We don't know. We don't know. It's Dragon Goblin.
Oh.
Where he's got the big wings and the fire sword.
That was Kingsley, I thought. It might be.
My favorite is the echoed ad libs from Moshko. It's a fire sword, then you just hear fire sword. The ASMR follow up.
I'm staying engaged.
Well, tell me about Blood and Thunder. What is that?
Dope.
Dope. Oh.
I almost want to say I talked about this a while ago, but I think it was a different Kirkman book. But this is from Image, Skybound. Kirkman's attached to it, but it doesn't have a whole lot to do with it. Apparently, they pitched this book like years ago and just never got around to doing it. But the primary person in it is Blood. So basically it's a bounty hunter that has an AI-enabled gun.
Oh,
and
cool.
it's like a giant gun. So it's like Jarvis.
Judge Dredd almost?
No, it's bigger.
Incendiary.
But it has like its own personality and everything. The first issue is really just a lot of world building, which is really cool because they do this whole thing with there's like a weather report, and there's different levels to the world. So on the top level, it's like it's going to be sunny and this and that, and then the next level, there's going to be some rain and some runoff, and by the time they get down to the lower level, all the poop and shit's going to be rolling down.
Oh no!
There's going to be flooding, and so.
What is that? What is that movie? The Netflix movie where they have all the food on the
Oh,
conveyor?
the platform.
Platform.
Yes.
Is that
Platform,
kind of like what
Platform
you're
That
talking
movie was
about?
crazy.
Yeah. I mean, no, it's not. I'm trying to think of a better way. If you can almost think about the what's Harrison Ford made a remake, not a remake, but I can't believe
Blade Runner.
Jesus. God, I should know that.
You should, because I've never actually seen Blade Runner, so the fact that I got it right.
Yeah. Oh, they're great movies. But like, there's
I saw the remake.
There's
or the
like a
reboot.
higher level, but you know how the lower level was like really seedy and disturbing.
Yeah.
Kind of the same thing with this. But you're going to find more out about the character. I want to say the character is even possibly a cyborg, but I'm not sure right offhand. But
Well, so this is a guaranteed issue 2 for
I'll
you?
definitely check out the second. It's like anything Kirkman touches right now is like it's just you can't go wrong. Like with the Beast something is next
Battle
week
Beast.
or
Is it?
Battle
No,
Beast.
I think that's this week, isn't it?
Oh, I need that.
Is it Battle Beast this week?
Let's find out.
It might be. Is this what, the 13th?
Absolute Batman, Ultimate X-Men, Transformers. Oh, it's good week. Ultimate Black Panther. God
Yeah.
damn. Oh, One World Under Doom. Batman Dark Patterns. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
This is Wolverine, Daredevil. This is a bad week for us. Battle Beast. Yep, Battle Beast.
Oh,
Okay.
goodness gracious.
Oh, this is
Yeah, so
gonna
we'll
be.
have-
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Godzilla
Oh,
versus the
Jesus.
X-Men.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
This is gonna be a rough week.
Wow.
Jedi Knights. Oh no. These are all good things. We're saying
Daredevil.
oh no.
Yeah, right.
It's amazing. We're saying no, but we're actually. Oh no, Gwenpool #1.
Battle Beast. Yes.
I don't want to buy Gwenpool #1, but I kind of feel like we should.
Yeah.
I'll get it for my niece. I'll read it and I'll.
No,
I'll,
but it's not Gwenpool. It's not normal Gwenpool. It's actually Spider Gwen coming back as. You're not Spider Gwen. It's dead Gwen Stacy coming back as Deadpool.
Oh, that's right.
Resurrected Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, I
Not
want
from
to-
a different universe, right? Like it's straight
Our
up Gwen
Gwen.
Stacy.
It's like Godzilla versus X-Men.
Nah, never
Yeah,
mind.
Godzilla vs. X-Men's gonna be terrible. Let me
Oh,
guess,
wait.
Godzilla's a mutant. Oh.
Hey, Minty,
boy.
that Hobgoblin with the sword is Phil Urch.
Okay, gotta keep that urge filled. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Huck's coming out, dude. Do you guys remember Huck?
Huck.
Yeah, Huck is like the. Do you remember Sling Blade?
The movie?
Ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of plays like that, but like if he was Superman.
Ooh.
So Huck is just this sweet, simple dude.
Silverhawks.
I hurt Skull Crusher.
This is a painful week, man.
Yo.
This is a painful week.
Fantastic Four #1.
Toxic
Oh my
Avenger,
God.
but I gave up on that.
#5. Remake.
Number 5. Godzilla
All right,
vs.
well-
Aliens.
Godzilla vs. Aliens. What?
Okay.
That's a lie. You
No,
made that up.
Here there
Godzi-
be aliens.
Here there be aliens.
Oh, all right. All right. God damn it.
All right, Menti.
God damn it.
All right. I'm stopping sharing that. There we go.
Are you telling us to do that thing?
Do
Because
that thing.
because you talked about Blood and Thunder, and I got to at least ask Storm, Psylocke, Ultimate, and and X-Men. Give me a little bit on them, and then we'll do that thing.
Storm, still crazy. She's OP. We're moving into what they're calling the Storm Wars. She's teaming up with Thor to go against other gods of thunder.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That's a cool book. I like that.
Yeah. X-Men, right now, the actual X-Men are going up against a government-sanctioned X-Men team, and these are
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, no, but didn't
I
we
know.
just see a movie about that? Does the Void show up?
You're right. But these X-Men are the humans that were becoming mutants later on in life. So this is a part of that experiment in which we were now finding out that Cassandra Nova is partly behind this too.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's still good or no?
It's still good. It's keeping
So
me
no.
in there.
So no.
So
No,
no,
it's
because
keeping me in
you're the
there.
only one who cares about the X-Men, and the rest of us have fallen off on this book forever. So the fact that you went, maybe. Yeah,
yeah,
so that
if-
means to the rest of us, it's a definite no.
Psylocke is it's
He didn't even want to go into that. He was like,
Nope.
yeah. He's like,
I
yeah.
think you got me.
I think Psylocke the character itself is interesting.
You're
But
in 7 issues of Psylocke?
yeah.
Wow.
It's but her books are really
all
coming
cover
off like a
bees.
side story. Yes. Yes, cover
Of course
bees.
it would be a side story because it's Psylocke.
She
Side
Yeah.
story Psylocke. There she is. And the fact that you got to cover bees feels just perfect.
But yeah, they're all right. They're cool. But Storm is probably the best one of those.
Storm sounds like the most interesting out of everything
Yeah.
that you've said
Yeah.
so far. Because I'll say X-Men does not sound interesting, and Psylocke would not do it. Psylocke.
Minty, it sounds so interesting. I will wait for Comics Explained to do a video on it.
There you go. Yeah, Rob will take us through that one.
Yes.
All right, now I'll do that thing. You can find the show at That Comic Podcast everywhere online. That's at That Comic Podcast, your social media choice, unless it's Twitter and/or X, which is That Comic Pod. But ThatComicPodcast.com is the best place to go, and you will find our merch store, which helps support the show quite a bit. So for those who have gone through and got mugs recently, I saw that. I saw a pair of flip-flops. Somebody bought some flip-flops, which makes me
Nice.
happy. But yeah, you'll see a bunch of shirts in there, all of which goes to help support the show. So any chance you get to hang out in there, if you find anything that tickles your fancy, please go ahead and purchase it to keep us doing stuff, because boy, oh boy, these cons are getting rough. These cons are getting rough. But we do thanks everybody for all of the support that we have been given, all the new subscribers. The fact that we're over 100 already on YouTube is amazing. The fact that we did our first giveaway and everybody got their packages. So
Yes.
congratulations to the winners from the Super Jersey Comic Expo giveaway. I'm very happy. We got responses from both about how excited they were for their packages. So that's awesome. Yeah. What else? Anything?
Don't forget to smash that like button.
Hit that like button. Subscribe. All right. Once again, I'm Menti.
I'm Ashko.
And I'm Features.
I'm Huey.
Excelsior. Old